today in our Yin Yoga practice, we are going to focus on our feet. On our feet that are strapped up in our shoes all day long, especially all winter long. Our feet that are trampled on day and night. Our feet that are actually one of the most energetically conductive parts of our body. And our connection to earth, our connection to the ground, to our center, to our source. To move through this practice, we're going to start by stretching out some of the connective tissue in the base of our feet. And to do that, we need some sort of ball. So I have a little exercise ball here. You could use a squash ball, a tennis ball. If you don't have anything like that, a rolling pin, a big long stick that's not going to give you slivers will do. Anything that we can imprint into the sole of our feet. So you can pause, you can go and find your ball as a prop. It might be handy to have a pillow and some cushions nearby as always as well. And to start our practice today, we're going to come to sit down on our mat, sitting on the edge of a bolster or a pillow. Go ahead and cross your legs, place your palms down on your thighs and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in through your nose, arriving here. Exhaling anything that may have happened today or thus far this week that you're holding inside. And bring your awareness down deep, deep, deep to the very base of your spine. And at the very base of your spine, as you continue to breathe in and out through your nose, can you visualize a big red cube? And every single breath that you take in moves down through your system, landing at that big red cube at the very base of your spine. And as it does, your sit bones imprint even deeper into the floor, being pulled down into the earth like the roots of a tree. Breathing into this red cube at the base of your spine. Our mantra for today's practice is, I have the right to be here. At any time, if you start to feel your mind wandering, your focus lingering, simply repeat this phrase over and over, I have the right to be here. Allowing that phrase to sit strongly at the very base of your spine. Finding our connection today to our root chakra, our foundation, our stability, our connection to home and money and family and work. All of the things that give us security and allow us to feel nurtured and nourished every waking moment of our life. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and exhale out all your air. Bring your palms together at heart center with your thumbs against your sternum. This inhalation, pull the breath up from that red cube at the base of your spine. Exhale out all your air. And we'll start by singing Om. You can join me or you can sit and listen. Inhale. Notice any tingling sensations shaking through your body. Let them live there as you rest your palms in your lap and blink open your eyes. And go ahead straight away and extend your legs out in front. We're going to start by bending our toes. So bend your toes, tightening them up, feeling the sensations in the base of your feet, and then straighten. Bend and straighten. Now merging the breath, take a deep breath in. As you exhale, bend your toes. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten. Good. And then go ahead and bend your right knee. Take your hand behind your right thigh. Lift your right foot and start to twirl your right ankle around in circles. So taking the first few moments to rotate your right ankle around to the right. And then right away switch directions, rotating your right ankle around to the left. You can lean up against the wall if this feels uncomfortable on your spine. And then start to straighten your right foot like your toes are inching towards the floor, and then draw your toes towards your knee. Straighten your right foot and draw your toes towards your knee. Straighten and bring them in. 2 more, straighten. Feel the sensation through the top of your foot and bring it back in. 1 more time, straighten and bring it in. And then go ahead and extend your right leg out in front. And bend your left knee. Take the thigh into your palm and just start to twirl your left foot around in circles in one direction. So this is a very slow and mindful movement. Notice the tendency to go really quickly and jump through the exciting part, which is where we get to feel. Switching directions here. How do your feet feel? Often tension or pain in our feet is directly connected to a disconnect in our feeling of having the right to be here. Good. And then draw your toes towards your foot and push them far away. And draw your toes towards your foot and push them far away. 3 more of these. And 1, extend your foot out. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Now go ahead and bend your knees. Grab your ball, it may have rolled away like mine, and come all the way up to standing. And take your ball, or maybe your stick, place it right under your right foot. And then just start to roll the ball around under your foot. So again, the tendency here is to go really, really fast. My invitation is to slow it down. Slow it down and notice if there's places that feel particularly intense. So in chakra theory, the positive archetype that comes out of our root chakra is the mother. Our root chakra is often balanced when we feel like we're being nurtured, when we can lighten or brighten up dark scenarios. Take that ball all the way back to your heel, push down a little deeper. And then release, switch the ball over to the other foot, into your left foot. Oops. And start to explore here. If you find a really juicy spot, stay, go a little deeper, slow down, sink into it. Now the negative archetype of our root chakra is the victim. So when we start to live a life where we feel incredibly dependent on everyone else to achieve any of our goals, we don't have a home, we don't have a job, we don't have any financial stability. Our energetic economy is lacking. So today's sequence is about finding that stability in here. Slowly remove your ball. You can kick it out behind you. That's all we'll need it for today. And then ground down through the 4 corners of your feet. Take a deep breath in. Soften your knees. Dangling pose. Exhale. Move slowly. Fold all the way forward. All the way forward. Let your head hang heavy. Float from side to side. And just by releasing the connective tissue in the soles of our feet, we bring a bit of ease to our tight hamstrings. And you may notice you can sink a little deeper than usual today. Take another full breath in. Exhale, sinking in. And go ahead now, slowly step your feet a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Sink your hips nice and low. And again, we've done this before. You can take a pillow underneath your bum. If the soles of your feet can't fully connect to the floor, you could put the pillow right under your heels. Press your palms together at heart center. Feel the imprinting of the soles of your feet into the floor. Feel that groundedness, that connectedness. Inhale to lift through your heart, lift through your chest. Exhale, sink in. And as we work through this root chakra series, we start to reestablish our idea of what home is. So rather than home being a physical building within which we live or a physical shelter, can we find a home within ourselves? I have the right to be here. Take a deep breath in. Exhale out all your air. Good. Slowly sink your bum all the way down onto the floor. Take your hands beside you to support you and draw the soles of your feet together. Even between our toes, we have layers of connective tissue, so we're going to try something a little bit quirky. We're going to interlace our toes, braid our toes, interlace our feet. It might not work. But if it does, you're starting to create the same sensation you might get when you have a pedicure. And even just for a moment, can you feel the opening, the liberation through your feet that are tucked in all the time? Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink in. Now feel the connection of your sit bones to the floor. And if your heels are really tight in towards your pelvis, shoot them out a little bit further. If your toes fling apart at any point, that's fine. Let them be. Inhale, lift your chest again. And as you exhale, start to come forward, keeping your spine long to protect from any spinal injuries that you may be dealing with, or going all the way down into forward flexion. Now breathe, breathe, breathe right into that red cube at the very base of your spine. And with every inhalation, inhale your mantra, I have the right to be here, and exhale to believe it. Inhaling, I have the right to be here. Exhaling, believe it. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Open your chest slightly as you exhale, sinking into your second edge. Notice where space has emerged for you to go a little bit further. Brilliant. Take 2 more deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. And on your next inhalation, push your hands into the floor, lift your chest, lift your head, lift your heart, come all the way up. Unwrap your toes if they're still connected. Draw your hands towards your knees and go ahead and flop your knees from side to side. For our next pose, we'll need some support behind our back. So take two of your props and place them on top of one another towards the back of your mat. If you have sensitive knees, you could take a blanket beneath your knees. Otherwise, coming into ankle stretch to start before we move into saddle pose, go ahead and stack your hips right above your heels. If you're dealing with any ankle injuries, this is definitely enough for you. Otherwise, take your hands and start to walk your hands back, lifting your knees up off the floor, and right away you'll feel the stretch. And you get to be in the driver's seat here, so if you want to deepen the stretch, maybe you lean back a little further. And if you'd like to come into a more subtle stretch, you can stay upright. You could even rock back and forth, massaging the tops of your feet. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale, sinking in. If you have your props and you have the flexibility to come deeper, you could even come a little bit deeper, just pushing down through the tops of your feet. And if it feels safe and okay, you could drop your head. Protecting your lower back by coming up if you're feeling any intense sensation, sharp pains, pins and needles. A very subtle experience, similar to the ankle stretch we did at the beginning of practice. Take one more breath here. Exhale. If you've come all the way down, gently make your way back up. And then bring your bolsters so they're lined up right behind your spine. Keeping your hips on top of your heels, if this feels safe, separate your knees. And then go ahead and come all the way down to the floor, but this time please keep your legs down on the earth. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, letting yourself sink in a little bit further. If this is too painful, lift up and stay seated upright for this shape. Otherwise, allow your palms to relax alongside your body. Close your eyes, and despite all of the strange sensations that may be moving through your ankle joints, your knee joints, your hip joints, that may be sending waves through your spinal joints, can you find your connection to home here? Breathing into that little red box at the very base of your spine. Reminding yourself with mantra, I have the right to be here. Stay with your breath. Come out at any time if this is too intense. Otherwise, we're going to stay here for the next 2 minutes. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out through your mouth. Let go of the muscular force that's trying to keep you in place. Go ahead and finish your time here with 2 more breaths. On your third inhalation, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Use your hands to support you. Come all the way up. Draw your knees together, roll over your thighs, and give your feet a little bit of love, rubbing out the edges of your feet, your heels, even your ankles. As you inhale, push your hands into the floor, lift back upright. And exhale to come down onto your back. If you like having the support of these bolsters beneath your spine, you can absolutely leave them here. Otherwise, tuck them out to the side. And with the soles of your feet together, we'll come into a different version of butterfly pose called goddess pose. Soles of your feet together, knees wide. Take your palms over your belly. And creating a little diamond shape by connecting your thumbs and your index fingers. Press that diamond shape right over your belly button. Tuck your chin slightly in towards your chest. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Exhale out your mouth. Use your hands to support you. Draw your knees together and squeeze your knees in towards your chest, massaging out your spine for a moment here. And from here, press the soles of your feet together. Take your hands to the outside edges of your feet. You could use a strap here if this isn't accessible. And with your arms extended and your spine long against the floor, hug your feet in towards your chest. Feel the pressure of your feet imprinting in one another. Taking a moment here to consider all of the structural things that are happening in our feet. Our feet house 1/4 of our body's bones, over 100 muscles, tendons, and ligaments, even 33 joints in these small, tiny, meticulous parts of our body. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Go ahead and exhale out through your mouth. Let your spine melt deeper into the floor. Now, options for the next shape are to stay exactly as you are, or to begin to release from the soles of your feet. Draw your knees together. Plant the soles of your feet down on the floor, and we'll take an inversion here. Lift your hips and place a pillow beneath your hips. This can also be done directly against a wall. So if you have a wall nearby, go ahead and shimmy your body up against the wall. Otherwise, bend your knees and press the soles of your feet up towards the sky. Close your eyes, tuck your chin in towards your chest. Your hands can rest on your belly or alongside your body. And don't worry too much about whether your legs are straight. For the next few moments, our intention is to simply let go. Allow the weight of our legs, the pressure that we put on our feet, to come down through our body. And simply by shifting our legs up in space, we start to relieve feelings of anxiety and depression. Begin to recirculate the flow of blood to our heart, creating space for a new openness. If you're up against the wall and this posture feels particularly wonderful, today I'd invite you to remain here for the duration of Shavasana for anywhere up to 15 minutes. Otherwise, slowly begin to wiggle your toes. Slowly begin to bend your ankles in and then press them out. And mindfully bend your knees, draw them into your chest, and then plant the soles of your feet down on the floor. Right away, take a full breath in. Exhale. Lift your hips, slide your bolster or your pillow down beneath your knees. The soles of your feet can slide together or they can relax apart as you linger into final Shavasana. Landing in Shavasana, repeat your mantra one final time. I have the right to be here. surrounding that mantra with light, with trust, as you take rest. As always, you can stay in Shavasana as long as your heart desires. When you're ready to emerge, slowly wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rock your head from side to side. And bend your knees, preparing to roll onto the left side of your body, spending a moment here to wake up. As you see fit, lift your chest up off the floor, come all the way up to seated. Collect your hands together at heart center. Feel grounded, stable, secure as you take your final breath in. Exhale. Namaste.